Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to see about anti-anginal drugs. This is in connection with the previous one, that is anti-anginal and anti-ischemic drugs. Here, anti-anginal drugs, and that we have seen the terminology, various disease condition related with this anti-angina and all. Then its treatment part, then mechanism class wise. Now first we see with what is exactly angina pectoris condition. So angina pectoris is nothing but the disease affecting the coronary arteries which supply oxygenated blood from left ventricle to heart disease or heart tissues. Then the lumen of artery become restricted and it becomes less efficient in supplying the blood and oxygen to the heart is called ischemia. So here it's a very clear cut idea about the term angina pectoris, that is lumen of artery, and it becomes narrowing, and that is less sufficient or efficient in supplying blood and oxygen to the heart. That particular condition is known as ischemia. Here in this picture, it is well explained with a picture that is about supply of oxygen and blood with respect to demand and supply with the myocardial oxygen balance, in which center heart is shown, and ischemic condition where demand at one side and supply is there. If supply is less with respect to the demand, and whatever the condition arise with heart functioning and heart and all, that is ischemia is known as. Now next one is the goals of treatment. So generally this is therapy of angina is mainly directed to minimize the anginal attack, and that is by restoring the balance between oxygen supply, oxygen demand to cardiac muscles or dilating coronary vessels. Then reversing and preventing myocardial ischemia, again it is with supply and demand. Then it improves the quality of life. Then as we have seen the various types of angina in with respect to lumen endothelial cell, that is of three type: one stable or classical type of angina, second one that is unstable angina or acute coronary syndrome, then third one that is Prinzmetal or variant angina. So here you can see atherosclerotic coronary artery is shown, where blood clotting takes place, how it looks like, and how it becomes narrow and plaque formation and all that. So here this particular atherosclerotic coronary artery, that is shown with respect to in different angle. So if you see in the second slide, you can see it's like a cut from the center and how it looks like, and this is one of the section of that coronary artery. Next one, that is what anti-anginal drugs do or how it works, and what in which particular type. So generally it decreases the demand of oxygen or increases the supply of oxygen. So this particular drug that demand, and generally it's about the balance. If demand is much more but the supply is less, then this particular condition is arise. So in that case, anti-anginal drugs are given that reduces the demand of oxygen and increases the supply of oxygen. Then it also dilates coronary arteries, means like a vasodilating effect, so that tachycardial type of condition or hyperactivity of heart rate and functioning will be diluted. Then it decreases the afterload. So this is about anti-anginal drugs work. Then next is the classification for this particular anti-anginal drugs. In that, first is the nitrate, short acting and long acting drug. Then these are the few drugs of this particular category. Then second one is beta blocker category: metoprolol, atenolol, bisoprolol, celiprolol. Then third is calcium channel blockers. In that, verapamil, diltiazem drugs are used. Second one, that is dihydropyridine class of drug of CCBs, that is nifedipine, amlodipine, then nitrendipine, nimodipine. Then in nitrate category, two type, where short acting is glyceryl trinitrate, and long acting nitrates, they are isosorbide dinitrate, isosorbide mononitrate, then erythritol tetranitrate, then pentaerythritol tetranitrate. Then fourth category is potassium channel opener. Drugs are nicorandil, then pinacidin, then chromacalin, then minoxidil and diazoxide. Then fifth one is cytoprotective drugs. Under this cytoprotective action, trimetazidine and ranolazine drugs are used. First, we start with organic nitrates. Generally, this organic nitrates, these are the simple esters of organic alcohol, or we can say it's a polyols with nitric acid. And these are the drugs of this category: glyceryl trinitrile amyl nitrate, then isosorbide mononitrate, then erythritol tetranitrate and pentaerythritol tetranitrate. These are the esters of simple organic alcohol or polyols with nitric acid. Here chemical structures of this nitrite and nitrates are there. The first one, that is amyl nitrite, then erythryl tetranitrate, then nitroglycerin, then pentaerythritol tetranitrate, and the last one, that is isosorbide dinitrate. In all these particular cases, NO3, that is a basic unit, you can see everywhere. ONO2, that is nothing but NO3 also. So all this drug with this NO3 is a major functional group for this category. Now if you see the mechanism of this nitrate or nitrite, so it's well explained in this particular diagram. You can see where this nitrodilators, basically we can say similar to that vasodilators, this particular drugs are given, nitrates or nitrite class, then that is responsible for nitrodilators. So when we take this particular drug, it produces NO, and when NO is there, that is responsible for the generation of GTP. So GTP is there, that will trigger CGMP, activation of that CGMP, that is responsible or the negatively control MLCK myosin chain long chain kinase enzyme, that is further act on phosphorylation, so that will act on myosin, and that myosin positively act on myosin P and actin. These are the two protein that is directly related with the contraction of the muscle. So finally, nitrodilators, this category of the drug, when you take, that will produce NO and finally act on myosin and actin, like two proteins that is related with the contraction of muscle. So this is about the mechanism of action and responsible for dilatation. Next is the synthesis of nitrates. Here in synthesis of nitrates, starting material isopentyl alcohol is there, that is interact with HNO2, that will produce simple. When we start with isopentyl alcohol, interact with HNO2, that is responsible for amyl nitrate generation. One more, nitroglycerin synthesis, that is again simple. It is electrophilic aromatic substitution type of it's a simple aromatic substitution type of reaction, but here there is no aromatic ring structure. It's a simple nitration reaction of aliphatic structure. So starting material that we use with propane 1,2,3 triol, and HNO3H2SO4. So here HNO3H2SO4 react together, and that is responsible for the generation of NO2. So a single mole of HNO3 H2SO4 interact together to produce single NO2. So for here replacement of this 3OH with 3ONO2, then we need to use HNO3H2SO4, that is 3 times 3 moles of this, so that they produce 3 moles of NO2 and interact with this propane 1,2,3 triol to produce nitroglycerin. So this is a small synthesis of nitroglycerin from propane 1,2,3 triol. Then next is synthesis of nitrate, that is with erythryl tetranitrate to pentaerythritol tetranitrate. So same way here erythritol as a starting material where 4 hydroxy groups are there. So erythritol to tetranitrate conversion, it means conversion of 4 hydroxy group to 4 nitro. Again the reaction having, that is a nitration reaction in all this particular case, whether it's a pentaerythritol to pentaerythritol tetranitrate or erythritol to erythritol tetranitrate, in both the case nitration reactions takes place. Now depending upon the conversion of OH functional group to ONO2, based on that HNO3 H2SO4 moles are used. In first case 4 hydroxy conversion to 4 ONO2, it means 4 moles of this particular require, and in case of pentaerythritol to pentaerythritol tetranitrate, again here replacement of 4 OH group to 4 ONO2, it means 4 mole of HNO3 H2SO4 used for nitration reaction. Then next is a nitrate uses an adverse effect for this particular class of drug when we use for the treatment of anti-angina or inguinal condition. Then it is used in all these conditions of angina, different types of angina, that is stable angina. It is also used in unstable angina, and this is also useful in cyanide poisoning. Basically cyanide poisoning, it's related with ferrous Fe plus 2 Fe plus 3, that is in blood only, means oxygen supply. So it's directly inhibit that conversion and causes direct death. Then adverse effect of this nitrates, most common with this, that is headache, then palpitation and tolerance. So these are about uses and adverse effect of nitrates. Now the second category, that is calcium channel blockers, CCBs. So the contraction of the cardiac and vascular smooth muscle, that is dependent on extracellular calcium concentration. So transport of calcium into cardiac and vascular smooth muscle, that is regulated voltage gated channel. So this is simple mechanism for calcium channel blocking. Now this calcium channel blockers that interacts L type of channel, and it reduces the calcium influx through the channel, so that it reduces the availability of intracellular calcium, and amount of intracellular level of calcium decrease. Then it leads to relaxation of arteriolar smooth muscle, and it depresses myocardial contractility. It means contraction of smooth muscle will be depressed or it will be less. So example for this calcium channel blocker, that is 1,4-dihydropyridine. Here you can see this is the basic structure of 1,4-dihydropyridine, where drugs are given from this class with changing of R1, R2, R3 and X. So this is a simple classification for 1,4-dihydropyridine. These three are the common drug, that is amlodipine, felodipine, nifedipine. If we go on changing this particular, we attach this with this, then these drugs are available. Now in calcium channel blocker, other category, that is diphenyl alkyl amine, a very well known example is verapamil. Here is the structure for verapamil drug, that is of diphenyl alkyl amine. So as a name classification, diphenyl, it means two phenyl rings are there, then alkyl amine, it means here this is alkyl amine class, this one. Okay. Then another category of this, that is benzothiazepine derivative. An example is deltiazem. So here this 7-membered ring structure having sulfur and nitrogen with this double bond O. So thiazepine, thia stand for sulfur, azepine, it means 7-membered heterocyclic ring with nitrogen, that is azepine. If it include sulfur together, that is thiazepine, and this thiazepine ring attached with benzene, that is known as benzothiazepine. So overall this particular structure, without this substitution, this and this, then this ring structure is known as benzothiazepine. That is the key pharmacophore for calcium channel blocker action. Rest of the thing we can change and we will have different structure of this benzothiazepine derivative class. Okay. Next is the synthesis of nifedipine, and basically this nifedipine synthesis is via Hans synthesis, Hans pyridine synthesis. So nifedipine, in that it is 1,4-dihydropyridine class of drugs. So basic moiety is this 1,4-dihydropyridine, and this particular is synthesized via Hans synthesis. In this starting material is this methyl 2-acetyl 3,2-nitrophenyl 2-propionate is the starting material. It will interact with this methyl 3-amino 2-butanoate via cyclization with removal of water. Next is synthesis of verapamil. Again, it's most important one. So in verapamil we can see this is 2,3,4-dimethoxyphenyl acetonitrile, that is the starting material. It will interact with 2-chloropropane in presence of NaNH2. It's a highly basic one, nucleophilic substance, soda amide. With the liberation of HCl, dehalogenation takes place and it will produce this 3,4-dimethoxy 2-isopropyl valeronitrile. Now verapamil, then further this intermediate is generated that will interact with 3,4-dimethoxyphenyl ethyl N-methyl 3-chloropropylamine. Then fusion of these two takes place together. Here you can see the cyanide that is converted into COOH, and then this COOH is converted into another derivative, and that is replaced with some other functional group, and here from this point this is liberated. So directly this portion connect with this one and produce this verapamil as a final drug. Now uses and adverse effect for this calcium channel blockers, in that the first one uses most common, that is hypertension, then vasospastic angina, then migraine. Then it is also useful in preterm labor. Then adverse effect of this particular drug, that is most common side effect is constipation, bradycardia, heart block, and gum hyperplasia. So these are the uses and adverse effect for calcium channel blocker. Another category, that is beta blocker. Generally this drug that block the action of catecholamines through beta receptor, adrenoceptors we can say. In this particular drug that is non-selective are propranolol and nadolol. Then cardioselective drugs that are metoprolol, atenolol and esmolol. Then third is with additional alpha blocking, that is labetalol. As I told you, this is most frequently used in an emergency case, particularly in last trimester of pregnancy. This can be given. Now beta blockers, in that first one, that is synthesis of propranolol. Here starting material is alpha naphthol. It is interact with epichlorhydrin, and interaction with this with the liberation of HCl that will produce this intermediate. This is further react with isopropylamine, and so this cyclopropane ring will be open and interact with this to produce propranolol. So this is the synthesis of propranolol. Next is metoprolol. Here starting material is 2-methoxyethyl phenol, that is react with epichlorhydrin the same way like propranolol. Again it will produce intermediate having cyclopropane ring and once this is obtained, then it will interact with the side chain, this isopropyl amine, and so this cyclopropane ring will open and attach this to produce metoprolol as a final structure. Next category, that is potassium channel opener. Drug is nicorandil. That this drug opens the ATP sensitive K channel, but is potassium channel. It is responsible for opening of this, lead to hyperpolarization, followed by closing of calcium channel, and it is less intracellular calcium is there, that is responsible for muscle relaxation. Here is the synthesis for this drug, having pyridine as a basic ring structure. Starting material is methyl nicotinate that will interact with 2-amino-ethanol, so that fusion of this with this COOCH3 and produce this intermediate. Here you can see this is hydroxy group is there, so that here HNO3 H2SO4 is used for the nitration, so that OH is replaced with nitrate, and we will have this nicorandil as a final structure. Then trimetazidine, it's a calcium channel blocker, and it has protective effect on ischemic myocardium and left ventricular function. It is also used in exertional angina treatment. So this is all about the basics about anti-anginal drug classification, mechanism, its uses and side effect. Thank you all.